All right, we are live, I believe. Just testing this out, testing the software out, see if it really works. All right, we are live. Let's go. Just testing this out, testing the software. See if it happens. All right. Good afternoon. So it's 5 o'clock here in BC or Vancouver, which is Pacific Standard Time (PST), and we're trying to do this every Saturday. We're in. I'm planning to go live every Saturday, wherein I can probably interview some people. That's the plan, because I know there are a lot of stories that is worth knowing, especially when it comes to money here in Canada. How to manage it well, not to waste it, and also just investing savings in general, and how to retire early. That's our goal, to actually learn about how to retire comfortably, achieve financial peace here in Canada. And I think I want to do live because it's raw and there's no script, and also people can participate. They can ask questions. So feel free to leave some comments, questions. You can DM it if you want. And what we're gonna do today is basically I'm gonna answer questions that was asked to me through direct message through Facebook, because a lot of people messaged me privately and they were asking questions, valid questions when it comes to personal finance here in Canada. So feel free to leave some questions. Okay. All right. And we're just testing this software out. Actually, I learned about this software from Serpuson from Kisaw TV. He uses this software called Restream, and I subscribe to this wherein it can actually go live through Facebook and also in YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel, but it's very new. I'm very new to the social media game, and I do think that there is value in financial education. I think everyone should learn about this. So yeah, it's kind of I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie, but I'm learning. I never stop learning, and I actually feel like this is a new, what do you call that, new environment. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm loving it. I'm learning a lot, and I hope whoever's watching is, pursuing whatever they want. Like, this is me. I'm pursuing this financial education stuff, and I'm just sharing it. I'm a nurse by profession. My name is JR, by the way, or John Reyes. And our page is Sensible Start with JR, because everyone deserves a sensible start, especially here in Canada. And I think we're just gonna hop on to the questions right away. I don't think, I think we're okay with my mic and all. I don't receive any feedback. I asked my wife if my microphone is okay, the video is okay, because this is my first time like really doing it on my own, and I'm willing to answer a lot of questions. But we'll start with questions that I received already through Facebook. Wherever you are tuning in, maybe from the Philippines or Canada, I hope you'll find value from it. And wherever you are, wherever you come from, you're a newcomer, immigrant here. What a privilege to be here in Canada, actually. I'm always blessed. I'm always thankful every day that, God was able to use people and use me and be productive here in Canada. I get support from my family, so that I'm going to be successful here. But you know what? We still have a lot to learn. So tune in, and I produced some videos, and I hope it's providing value to each one of us, because I do believe that at least if something happens to me next month or next year, I left something, some education for the people. And also, happy Valentine's Day, by the way, to the people. It's February 14. Yeah, it's 5:06 p.m. And let's jump into it. First question. I think it is. There's probably like 30 questions, but I just chose maybe 10, 12 questions. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay. So basically, it's these are questions from real people, and I just didn't include their name for privacy purposes, and also I kind of pixelated or erased their faces for privacy purposes. But these are real people. But if you have any questions in the middle, feel free to ask, and I will review how I did with this live session. And I'm hoping that we're going to be done in 30 minutes. This will be a short one. I'm just testing out this new software called Restream, as recommended by Serpuson from Kisaw TV. You should tune into their live sessions every week as well. And he's a former dean of Cebu Normal University in Cebu, Philippines. And now he's a professor in one of the universities in Toronto, or Mississauga, I think. All right, I'm just gonna share my screen. All right, there you go. Okay, so the question is here is, hi JR, I'm an RN as well, because I'm a registered nurse, and she recognized I'm a registered nurse. I'm very interested in your videos and content that you teach beginners like me in terms of finance. I'm looking for other avenues wherein I could earn passive income and how to invest properly here in Canada. and eventually reach financial freedom as well as time. I'm looking forward to retire early. Thank you. And yeah, so basically, thank you for reaching out, and it's really nice to receive this question from a fellow nurse. And I think that's the goal, to retire early. But we should define retirement first. For me, retirement doesn't necessarily mean that you stop working, or you just sit in the couch and watch Netflix all day. But for me, I think retirement is having that freedom that work becomes an option. You still have to do something, you still have to pursue something, but that's now an option, not a need, because your need has been provided, um, by your investments or portfolio, right? Retiring early, what does retiring early means? I see a lot of people retire 30, 35, and 40. I am 35 right now. I'm not retired yet. I'm still working, but I'm on the journey. I'm actually just sharing basically my journey about retiring early from a job, that um, from a job that when you wake up, you're excited to go do that job. And I think I found one, and I can't see myself really retiring, but at least it's an option. It's a freedom. Whatever, retiring early, maybe 50, 45, 60, because the usual retirement age is 65. For me, I think that's a little late. Maybe if there's a way that I can retire 10, 15, 20 years earlier than that, that would be great. But doing things that I really like, having projects that I can still earn money along the way, but I'm enjoying it. But we all start from something. I'm a nurse. I was a nurse from the hospital before I started my business, and doing this financial um, education and financial coaching. So yeah, and hopefully financial freedom as well as time, because sometimes really financial freedom, but I think the number one thing is time freedom. We are not tied to a job or 9 to 5. Sometimes, I've been there, going to a job that I don't necessarily like, but I need to because there are bills to pay. And for me, we still like work hard right now. Actually, being in business is harder than a job, but at least I chose that, and it's an option, and I like doing it. It's actually more time right now because we are still building it. My wife has her own business as well, and yeah, do I teach beginners? I do, and I'm a beginner. I have been a beginner. We all start from there, and for me, I am really an advocate for do-it-yourself investing. If I can teach something, or especially to the younger generation in their 20s, that would be great. Because I mean, financial education is a skill as well, and having this skill is something that people cannot steal. It won't be stolen from you. Any skill won't be stolen from you. Um, I'm looking for other avenues wherein I could earn passive income and how to invest properly here in Canada. For me, there's gonna be three avenues wherein you can start while not resigning or retiring from a job. Number one is starting a business. If you start a business, even though it's active right away, but once your business grows, then you can hire people. And then it's going to be more passive, but as long as you enjoy the business as well, that would be great. At the start, it might not be enjoyable, but that's the goal, to actually enjoy it. Okay. Kamay ra akong space. All right. Okay, there you go. I'm changing it. Okay. Maybe this one. There's a comment. Okay. Okay. Maybe this one. Okay. This is better, I think. All right. So yeah, I mean, passive income like three: the business, real estate, and investing in the markets. And we have a business now, and we try to invest in the real estate as well. And I am really passionate about investing in the markets. I think everyone can do it, and it's the easiest way to invest in. Starting with 100 or even $50 a month, you can invest in the markets. And me, I'm a very big believer of index funds because for when you look at past 100 years, it's been returning 8 to 10%, despite recessions, despite COVID, despite depression. On average, it returns 8 to 10%. And when you know rule of 72, it's really powerful. And GICs or savings, the bank only gives you what, less than 1%. GICs maybe 2 to 3%. But index fund, as long as you do a little bit of studying and making sure that you do your due diligence and you're comfortable with the index fund that you're trying to purchase, then you're gonna be okay. As long as the horizon is long, like longer term, like more than 5 years, more than 10 years. If That's why I'm so excited for 20 years olds, because 20 plus year olds, because you can actually have a time horizon of more than 25 years. If I want to retire at 55, then I have 20 years. I'm 35 right now. Okay. I think next question. So three. Yeah, three. Business, real estate, and investing in the markets. I think those are the avenues wherein you can actually create passive income. Passive income from real estate would be your rental, because the moment your rental property will be paid off, no mortgages, but just property taxes, then you will cash flow. Then you can live off of that rental income. Passive income from like investing in, for example, index fund or dividend stocks, then you get passive income from dividends, or yeah, dividends or growth from your index funds. Next question. Hi sir, how to start po TFSA? Gusto ko sana matutunan. I'm silent follower of yours. This is in Tagalog, and basically the question is how to start a TFSA. So just open a TFSA, tax-free savings account. And a lot of people make the mistake of treating TFSA as just a savings account. It's just a container. So TFSA is a very powerful tool wherein you put money in, even though it's post-tax money, your money grows tax-free, the withdrawal is tax-free, and you can withdraw anytime. But hopefully you can use TFSA as a, what do you call that, a long term, a retirement, part of your retirement plan, not just to save for a vacation or buy some material stuff. So how to start a TFSA is choose a brokerage. I use Wealthsimple and Questrade. I started with Questrade, but now I'm moving our investment into the Wealthsimple platform because it's so easy to use, and they're getting just bigger and bigger. So open a Wealthsimple account, and once you download their app, you just follow the instructions, and then it will ask you what account you're gonna open. It's gonna be TFSA. Start with TFSA, and you follow the instruction. It will ask for your SIN number, everything, your identity. You will sign some documents electronically, and then once that's created, deposit some money, make it automatic. But through a bill payment, but also inside the Wealthsimple, you can make the deposit actually automatic. And then once you deposit the money, make sure you don't let that money sleep there inside the TFSA. You should buy an investment. And for me, I'm not going to suggest a specific index fund, but I choose index funds from BlackRock and Vanguard. And they have ETFs or index funds here in Canada. Make sure it's listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange. All right. Sometimes there's a .to for a stock or index fund, but you will know. Do some research before buying it. What kind of index fund it is, and where the domicile of the index fund. It should be Canada or the Toronto Stock Exchange. So that's about it, and you can make it automatic. Basically, you can choose to buy, let's say, like a specific index fund, and then in one of the options inside your TFSA, you can actually choose recurring investments, and then you choose the index fund and you choose an amount, and every month it will just buy depending on how frequent you want to set it up. Then I did it, like I did, for example, I can say this index fund, which is VFV. I'm not saying I'm recommending it, but I have it personally. So the way I did was I went into my TFSA account and then recurring investments, and then I chose VFP. I started with just $100 a month, and it will automatically buy VFV worth $100 a month when I started, and it's just easy. I don't need to think about it. Okay, so that's how you start TFSA. Good for you. First, I hope you started your TFSA. Next. Hi JR, musta? Very educational mga reels mo. Paano mag-invest ng 8%? So, the question is basically how do you invest and get a return of 8%? And 8%, that would be 8% per year. And as I've mentioned, it will be the index funds. It will be the index funds that I'm focusing on because, as on average, the stock market returns at least 8 to 10% for the last 100 years. So you can Google that, and you will see that. Um, Index fund, not GIC, not bonds. As long as it also depends on your age, though. If you're investing on the markets and expecting a return of 8%, that means it's going to be a little bit aggressive, like the stocks, like the S&P 500. And if it's really good, especially if you are younger, maybe under 40. But if you're nearing retirement, maybe you need to allocate your investment into more conservative index funds. There are fixed income index funds available as well. So, go to the Vanguard or BlackRock and you will see their products. And you don't necessarily need to sign up with them, but they actually offer the products that is listed in the exchange. And for me personally, it's through Wealthsimple and Questrade. Wealthsimple and Questrade, is that the same of the Vanguard where you can invest index fund? No. So Wealthsimple and Questrade is actually a brokerage or a platform wherein you open those registered accounts, and not just registered accounts, but you can actually open like a cash account or a margin account. Wealthsimple, they even have checking accounts, which I really like. And they have Wealthsimple tax. So Wealthsimple and Questrade are just a flat platform, and then the TFSA, the RRSP, FHSA, they are the registered accounts provided by the government. They are the containers. And Vanguard is a company that actually makes the products of index funds like VFV, VCN, VTI. Um, those are the products by Vanguard. I think I'm just going to show it to you quickly. Okay, I'm just opening here in the website of Vanguard so that I can show it to you. Okay, now it's here, here, window, bam, bam, bam. Okay, there you go. And let's do it this way. Okay, so as you can see, I'm on the vanguard.ca so that you can know that it's in Canada. And these are the list of index funds here. And you can actually see their management fees. I'm not recommending any one type, but there are several: VFP, S&P 500, and yeah, international growth if you want exposure to international companies. And let's say like this is like VCN, it's all Canada. Okay, and then I have this. Okay, do your due diligence before buying this. And I don't recommend it, although I have it. It's just basically get compliance. So as you can see, this is just educational, all right? This is educational. As you can see, the returns of VFV since 2013. 2013, 40%, 2014, 23%. It's not green every year. 2022, as you can see, 12.69%. So if you bought this index fund on December 2021, how would you feel at the end of 2022? I would feel bad, but I have a longer time horizon. I know that if I have a longer time horizon, I can actually uh, ride it out. But if you are retiring on 2024, 2025, then that's not a good idea. So that's why I said earlier that if you're nearing retirement, you need to rebalance it. All right? Okay. And let's continue with the questions. There you go. So I hope there's a question as well. Roy. Hello there. Do you still have the referral link for Wealth Simple? I thought I saw a referral link in one of your videos and reels. Yep, I have. I still have the referral link, and I can send it to you. There you go. I'm just opening it up. Okay. And also, if you have a friend that has a Wealth Simple account, get the referral link. That's just not just from me, so that both of you can actually get $25. Because if you just sign up on your own, you won't get the $25 referral fee. And it's nice. Okay, I'm typing it right now. There you go, sir. That's the Wealth Simple. Um, okay, that's the Wealth Simple link. All right. Okay, next question. Hi, sir. If nag-open po ng TFSA, saan maganda mag-invest? Newcomer po. Okay. I think I just answered this question. Saan mag-open ng TFSA? As I've said, I use the platform World Simple or Questrade, but you can use, there's a self-directed accounts, brokerage, yung mga big banks like BMO, RBC, Direct Investing. There's a lot. There's a lot. And you can choose whatever you want. Okay? Saan maganda mag-invest? Index fund. I just showed it to you. Newcomer, especially, oh, it's so nice because me, I waited 4 years until I started investing, but I had a lot of expenses too, like getting my family here in Canada. I needed to save money for that, the kid. And then I didn't read a lot at that time. So I thought I need to be a permanent resident before I can invest in TFSA or any registered accounts. But actually, you can start investing inside the TFSA or any registered accounts as long as you have lived in Canada for more than 183 days. Okay, so more than 6 months. And TFSA is the go-to because you can withdraw it anytime with no penalty. All right. So maganda invest index funds. Okay. Next question. What's your advice? Ano sa imong advice? Pasagdan lang ang invest. This is our dialect, Bisaya, okay? I am a Bisaya. I'm from Cebu. Pasagdan lang ang investment, baski mo dip, dili withdraw, or kung mukita og dako, withdrawon. So let's translate it to English. What's my advice? Should we let the investment to dip and not withdraw it? Or if it earns a lot, if you're happy, because the trader says sell when happy, should you withdraw it? Okay, so now basically this question is as if you're already actively trading. I'm not um, I'm not advising or I'm not encouraging people to do active trading because it will hurt. You know, only I think top 3% can actually make money in trading. So I'm a believer of long-term investing. But it's up to you. If you want trading, you want to try it out. Make sure that money is something that you're willing to lose. So my advice: if the investment goes down, that's opportunity actually. As long as I'm investing in index fund, and my investing horizon is longer than 5 years, longer than 10 years. Hey, if I have 20 years, I'll be happy. I'll be buying more because you know businesses will do their best to actually, make money. So that's why you see the stock market just goes up. And I'm not going to withdraw it. I don't need it because I know that money that I set aside to invest is long term money. Okay. That's why it's so important to have an emergency fund. All right. And if you earn a lot, do you withdraw it? It's up to you. You can withdraw anytime or you can sell anytime. And for me, I am a believer of dollar cost averaging. So just small amounts, or the comfortable amounts you can invest every month instead of just lump sum, you know investing. I'm a believer of just consistency and start small, dollar cost averaging, buy maybe $500 worth every month and just let it grow. All right, some water here. Because we are happy. This means if there's a dip in the market, that means you can actually, you should be happy because it's a discount. It's an opportunity, that the prices are low. Because we are so happy to buy on material stuff. We are happy to get a discount, and even in buying a house, you know as a first time home buyer, you'll be happy that you get in at the right price. But as a seller, you don't want to sell because you're going to lose money. You realize that loss. You don't want to realize that loss. All right, and just wait for it for retirement. Okay. All right, I've got some questions here. Okay. Do you happen to have a tutorial video opening Will Simple and buying fractional stocks through Will Simple? I'm actually gonna do some videos about it. Thank you, Roy, and tune in. Maybe this week I will have that. It's very easy. Probably under 1 minute or 1 minute and 30 seconds worth of reels. I will do that. I will do that for you, Roy. And here, Bahandi Bisdak, my favorite food is tuna. So when tuna is on sale, I buy more tuna. There you go. Right? Maybe CNPF in the Philippines, the stock there. Century Tuna. I think they're the owner of Century Tuna products. And I like tuna too. My favorite is Century Tuna. Way back college years, tuna with egg. I like it. Or tuna silog. We have the same favorite, Bahambi Bista. Okay, it's the same question. I think I just doubled it. Okay, next one. Unsay pasabot sa automate? Unsaon pag-automate? So the question here is, this is still Bisaya. I'm a Bisaya. So basically, how do you automate the investment? I think I also mentioned it. I will make a video on how to actually automate this. So basically, log into your Wealth Simple account, and then you go to the TFSA account, and then inside your TFSA account, you can automate it. Okay? I don't know. Maybe we can do it this way. I'm just gonna show my portfolio for privacy reasons. Okay. I'll go to my TFSA account. All right. Okay, so that. Okay. Recurring investments. There you go. So there's actually, okay, let me see here. So you see there's a recurring investments. You actually click that. As you can see, there's like VFV $100 weekly. So yeah, basically it's in your settings on your Real Simple. Okay. It's very easy. But yeah, I'll make a video for this. So behind the bisdak is yes, when the market dips, I panic buy. Oh, yes. You're speaking the same language. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity, especially if you have longer time horizon. Especially that COVID for sure. Behind the bisdak, you were happy like when the market dipped on COVID, because that's when I actually restarted investing, because we used our money to buy our first property on like 2019. So we were rebuilding our registered account, and it just so happened COVID happened, and I got in when the market dipped, and that really helped on buying the second property. Okay. So what should I invest inside my registered accounts? RSP, TFSA, FHSA, and RESP. Index funds. I don't recommend single one, because we all have different investor profile. Know thyself. You need to know what kind of investor you are, whether you're conservative, balanced, or aggressive. Me, I'm on the aggressive side because my age actually allows me to be aggressive. But with index funds, I'm confident with 8 to 10%. All right. And sometimes, as you can see, when I showed you the index fund in Vanguard, like it's more than that. But there will be down years, and that's what Bahandi said. When the market dips, panic buy. Don't panic sell. Don't panic sell. Panic buy. Okay. So I have been watching your videos, and I have TFSA, RESP, FHSA accounts. How will I use these accounts to buy index funds? Okay, I think I already answered this as well. Is you go inside the TFSA, and then there will be a search button or magnifying glass inside, and then you type in the ticker symbol. Ticker symbol is actually a 3 letter or 4 letter word. Not really a word; it's a symbol. Um, that you would type on the search button, and then it will show up. And on the right side, you will actually see where that index fund is being listed. Either in New York, it will say New York Stock Exchange or NYSE. And then as a Canadian, you should choose what do you call that? You should choose the TSX on the right side, meaning Toronto Stock Exchange. That's where the index fund should live. Okay. Next, I just want to have tax. Okay, I just want to know if I have tax owing after tax computation. Can I put the same amount of money to RRSP instead of paying the tax owing? Okay, so it doesn't work that way. So it will depend on your marginal tax. Okay, so if, for example, it's not the amount that the tax owing is the amount they put in the RSP, it will offset or wash away your tax owing. No. So basically, if, for example, you're at a 28% marginal tax, okay, and you will know, there's in the CRA, you will know which tax bracket you are, because there's a range. All right, let's say for example, you're on a 20% tax bracket, and you owe $2,000. You owe 2,000. How much would you put in your RSP in order for you not to pay the tax owing of $2,000? It will be $10,000. Why? Because 20% of $10,000 is 2,000. So that means that's the amount of taxes that will offset it, or it will erase the tax owing. So depends on your marginal tax. So if you put in $10,000, then you're on a marginal tax rate of 30%, because you're in a bit on a higher income. Then you will offset taxes worth 3,000. Okay, not the same amount you put in your RSP. Okay, so that's how it works. It will depend on your marginal tax. And sometimes the simple way to actually think about it is, If you put $10,000 in your RRSP, then you earn $100,000. That means you're only paying taxes on the 90,000, not the full 100,000, because you've reduced your income because of your RSP contribution. All right, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, next, I have RSP once a year. I put money and I don't know how the bank invests. Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people just open RSP and thinking that's about it. So that's why financial education is really important. It's really important to actually, if you know someone that is investing, ask some questions. And it's not just me, but there are a lot of personalities out there that are willing in YouTube. There's a lot of education out there on how to invest inside your RSP. For me, I chose Wealth Simple and Questrade. I opened my RRSP there, and then I just invest inside. So I don't know how to invest in the bank, how the bank invests. Basically, what happens with the bank is they're gonna be happy to take your money. You put money in there, all right? They will give you maybe 1% or less than 1%, and then you put in $10,000 in your RRSP, and you think it's okay. You're happy because you get a tax refund or lower your taxes. But the bank will be happy because now they have that cash reserve worth 10,000 from your money. Now they will invest it aggressively as well. Maybe not aggressively, but maybe they can return because they are managed by professionals. Maybe they can get a return of 10 to 20%, but they're only giving you less than 1%. So that's how they work. So maybe if you can do it yourself, study a little bit, maybe you can get the same return. All right. Instead of just the less than 1% that they give you. So that's how the bank makes their money. Okay. And sometimes as well, if you're able to talk to a really good bank representative, they will explain you, okay, let's invest it in this fund because the banks will have their own fund. Okay, and usually they promote their own fund as well. So you're kind of stuck with it, but also even though it's in the bank has self-directed accounts. You can open it as well. For example, if you're an avid fan of RBC has an RBC direct investing, and you can open it and you can invest it yourself. Okay, next. Alright. Okay, so he responded to my video here. I think it's about Lira. So ilang taon na po ba kayo ngayon? Bakit niyo nasabi na 30 years yung timeline niyo of investing? I am 35 years old. I feel old. Yes, I am old. 30 years of timeline based on this example here in the video. It's because the typical age is of retirement is 65. So yeah, 35 plus 30 is 65. Okay. So yeah, basically, um, I think this video was about my Lira or locked-in retirement account. I'm actually planning to take money out from my Lira a little bit later, and I will I will actually use my RRSP first using the RRSP meltdown because I don't want to pay taxes because there are a lot of scary stories with RRSPs, and yeah, I don't want to pay a lot of taxes. I just need to identify low tax years on maybe in the future. If we have a corporation, then I will not get myself paid through the corporation, and then I will just take my money or our living expenses from RSP. I'll pay a little bit of taxes, but because of the low income, that means I'm not paying a lot of taxes, and that's a way as well. And hopefully, I can live a longer life. We always want to we always wish. So stay healthy, guys. Stay healthy so that you can enjoy it. But I will, I'm gonna use a strategy called RSP meltdown. So withdrawing money from RSP earlier. So a lot of people think that you can only withdraw money from RSP um, at 65. No, you can actually invest it earlier, but there's like withholding tax. And it will be added to your income if you withdraw it earlier. So that's why a lot of people advise against it because if you're earning 100,000 and you take out maybe 30,000 from your RSP, that means you're going to be taxed at 130K. So that will hurt. So yeah, and also you can get the money tax free from RSP through home buyers plan, but you need to repay it in the next 10 years. I used home buyers plan and we've repaid it. Okay, and also home buyers plan. If you actually take money from your home buyers plan and you took out money, let's say $5,000, and then you contributed $5,000 the next year. When you file your income taxes, it will ask you how much you're gonna assign on that amount to repay your home buyers plan. Okay, so if you use that $5,000 you contributed the next year to repay the $5,000 home buyers plan, which is a loan, you will not get the tax offset or tax refund. It will not reduce your taxes because now it's a repayment of the home buyers plan. It's not a regular RSP contribution. Okay. Yeah, there's a comment here. Big banks put in their mutual funds that charge 2 to 3% MER. Management MER means management expense ratio. That's brutal. I agree. I really agree with you. That's why I'm really advocating for do-it-yourself investing because with index funds, there's less than 0.5%. It's very low. It's very low, right? And if you buy individual stocks, there's no MERs. And individual stocks is they're a little bit scary because they can dip anytime. But if you're buying solid ones, then you're gonna be okay. And you have done your due diligence. Okay, and there's another question here. I work in a company that has a group matching RSP. How does it really work? Group matching RSP. If you have a group matching RSP, congrats. Good for you. Take advantage of it. But only contribute to your group RSP to how much they match. Okay? For example, if your company gives you 2% match on your RSP contribution, only contribute up to 2% of your income. So 2% of your income and then 2% match from the employer, that means your money has grown 100%, double, right? So be thankful if you have a group matching RSP and only contribute up to the maximum matching from the company. 2%, only contribute 2%. And then open a separate RRSP, a self-directed one. I'm an advocate for DIY. So basically, open a separate RRSP and then put remaining RRSP and invest it yourself because on the it's locked in, right? The group RRSP is locked in because it's a type of pension plan, and the money inside doesn't they don't really give like really nice returns, maybe 3%. They're a little conservative, although the pension plans will actually what whoever the provider is, they will actually invest it in an aggressive way, but they will just promise you 3 to 4%. So only contribute up to the maximum group match from the company, so your money already grows 100%. 2% from you, 2% from them, and then make sure you use the self-directed or your own RSP account to contribute more for your self-directed RSP. Yeah, thank you for your question, guys. I like it. Okay. Okay. Hi, Paul. Question: if we want to buy our first house, can me, my husband, and daughter individually invest in the FHSA? Can we all apply our FHSA into just one home? Thanks. Yes. You know what? I envy a lot of people, right? A lot of people that has the opportunity to open an FHSA because this is a beast of an account. I'm not qualified anymore, and yeah, it's a good problem to have. But if I didn't have a home and then there was FHSA, I will definitely put all my money into FHSA as long as you have a goal of really buying a house. Not all people wants to buy a house here in Canada because of price and all, but some people just wants to would rather invest to their home country. All right, but to answer your question, Miss, yes, your daughter, and your husband can actually invest in the FHSA, and you can pull that money out as long as you are in the title. You are co-owners of that house, of that only one house. Then that's good. So the lifetime limit for FHSA for per individual is 40K. So that means if both three of you will max it out, even if you don't invest it, that's 120K, and you already get the tax refund, right? It will lower your taxable income. As long as your daughter though is above 18, because I think that's there's age restrictions there. So as long as your daughter is above 18, that's really cool. So this is a cheat code. FHSA is wonderful. So once you open an FHSA, the money that goes in um, will lower your taxable income. So you'll most likely get a refund. Your money grows tax free, and then your withdrawal is tax free. So basically, FHSA is almost like a combination of RRSP and TFSA in one. But the only thing is that you can apply the tax-free withdrawal if you are buying a qualifying home in Canada. And you can Google that. What's a qualifying home? So basically, a Canada that's in, oh no, a house that's in Canada, and yeah, it's simple as that. Maybe a condo or apartment, as long as it's a home, and you are a first-time home buyer. You're not you're not an investor anymore. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Good for you for opening, and as long as you have a goal of buying a house, this is really cool. Next, I think we're nearing to my last question. I've collected probably more than 30 questions, but I'm just putting in 12 because it's Valentine's Day. I need to cook steak for dinner, and my wife is cooking cheesecake, which is my favorite cake, and mashed potato and some asparagus, and I'm in charge of the surf and turf. So steak with shrimp. Make sure it's medium rare. Sometimes I miss it. So next question. Hi Paul. If we want to buy our first house, can okay, it's the same. Sorry guys. Oh yeah. I think this is the last question. This is the last question. I can't click anymore. Okay, I think that's about it. You know Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Actually, I thought it was just 30 minutes. It's already 52 minutes, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for your questions. I really like it. And yeah, this is just me. I'm practicing my craft, and thank you for your support. And it's just me showing up for you guys, because I don't know what happened to me, but I just realized that I can die anytime, maybe next month, because I'm a nurse and I've seen cases my age getting diagnosed with some terminal stuff, terminal disease or terminal condition. And I just felt like, if I have this knowledge, I need to share this. And at least if something happens to me next month or next year, at least I left something. And people will learn from it. And if I can just change one life during my entire lifetime, I'm okay. I really think that that's God's purpose for me, and I am privileged to be a registered nurse here in Canada. I learned a ton. I am still a registered nurse. I still renewed my license. I'm still planning to renew my license maybe one more time, and focus on the financial service industry. But I'm really an advocate of the do it yourself in investing. All right. So, yeah, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask them. And, I have a license in LLQP, which I can talk about insurance products. But the way I do insurance is I make sure that it's only suitable. There are different types of insurance, but there's only one you, right? There's no one size fits all. So you want to make sure that the insurance that you get, the life insurance that you get, is really appropriate for you, suitable for your need, and also the right amount and most affordable one. Because you need to make sure you need to set aside money for your emergency fund, and for your investing. Okay, and get the cheapest insurance as long as you are covered. And if you have any questions regarding that, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer your questions as well. And it's been on the back burner as well. I am enrolled in the UBC Sauter School of Business for mortgages. I'm just trying to learn, and hopefully I can help people with buying their house. I like the mortgage industry because as a mortgage advisor or a mortgage broker, you find ways to actually make sure that your client saves some money depending on how you structure a mortgage. Because it's not just the interest rate, it's a lot of factors to consider in the mortgage industry. A lot of people ask me, why did I not choose real estate? I like real estate, and because you make a lot of money, and I like real estate investing because I'm a real estate investor too. But I realized that in real estate, the money is taken out from the seller. And what if the seller already lost money? So that means he or she will lose further or more money for the commissions. And it didn't really sit well with me. But in most cases, people may make money on real estate, so they don't mind paying the real estate fees. But also, I was able to buy a house without using a seller's financing. So that was a good learning for me as well. So yeah, I think that's it. And with the mortgage broker, it's not the client who pays the commission, but it will be the lender or the lending company. And I really want to help people find the best strategy for their mortgages or buying a house. And on top of that, if I can provide more value regarding do it yourself investing, which I'm really passionate about, then that would be a bonus. All right. Okay, behind this episode, sharing your knowledge is the only way to reach immortality. Thank you for your effort of spreading the word. Thank you for your kind words, Bahandi Bistak. Like those words are really inspiring, and we should connect. I know I can learn a lot from you. From what you are typing on your phone or computer. I know you are a wealth of knowledge, and you are a very good investor yourself because you don't panic sell, you panic buy. And I think that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. And you know, if you learned something today, pay it forward by sharing what you've learned to other people. Because as what Bahandi said, it's the only way. Is sharing your knowledge. Let's help each other out. And if I can do it, that's my principle. If they can do it, I can do it too. And if I can do it, you can do it as well. Everyone can do it. Okay? So I think that's it. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. God bless, and make sure we should thank our God Almighty for giving us all the blessings, because we owe everything to Him, and we are just steward of His riches. Well, we've already won our day by just believing in Him, and we just ask for wisdom and understanding, for wisdom and understanding that He has given us every day. There will be down days, there will be down months, there will be down years, but the most important thing is we keep fighting, and we keep on learning, and we learn from our mistakes. Again, thank you. God bless. Take care. I'm signing off, and see you next Saturday. I think I'm gonna do this every Saturday at 5 p.m. I will try to be consistent for you guys, and I'm happy doing this. I don't know. I'm just happy doing this. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. That's it. God bless. Okay. How do I end this? Okay. See? Okay. End stream. There you go. End stream.